3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, so here we are in a CEVO match. This is week 3, I believe, between No Fire, Wisp, Bottom, going up against GOTM City. I'm Helium from FMBP Dota, and with me tonight is Orbit, who is also playing in this game, so he'll have a lot of insight going into this one.
Yep. Generally, so from our bans, we almost always like to ban Gyro if we don't have a direct plan in playing it in our lineup. Even though it was nerfed 10 seconds on the flat cannon, it still is pretty strong. Based on the bans, actually, Bat Rider is still up, and of course we take that right away. It's a hero we value relatively highly, and they actually pick really quickly as well.
Well, it's CEVO, so everyone's racing to just pick heroes for some reason.
Exactly.
So they take out Wisp. You know, I thought they'd want to pick it given their name, but it looks like they're not. So taking out that really strong hero just provides a lot of global presence and fear on the map, opens up farming for anyone that would be on Wisp's team. A little more surprisingly is, I don't know, is this a respect ban for Chicken MC?
Yes, definitely. We have played Furion like a lot. Probably 80% of the games that we've recently played, we've played it. It's a strong hero if you play it properly. Just split push potential is painful. This actually, they picked their support combo really early. And something we noticed from this is that their counter push is decent, but not amazing. The Nyx Assassin, like the Impale, I guess, is all you can really do, as well as, I guess, Poison from the Shadow Demon. So we thought that there was a potential opening for something if we were trying to be really aggressive and bring the fight to them, rather than have them pick off us with like openings with the Nyx Assassin's Vendetta. So right away, we alarm bells should be ringing for us, being like their entire support combo is just like shown right now. It's very hard to aggro try with these heroes because one of them is a melee hero, so we can always control the lane relatively well and even engage on their melee support if he gets a little bit too close. So we decided to pick Lesh, just a general strong combo hero. Even if they defensively disrupt, we can get the Split Earth combo with it.
Yeah, that's why I like to pick up Leshrac or Lina and Leshrac, since I know you guys really like to have, as you just mentioned, openings to push in any laning situations like that. So Leshrac very strong with Edict, and if they do defensive disrupt, you can just layer the Split Earth on top of that for any sort of, I guess in that case it'd be like counter initiation because they've already went, or you've already went on them, but. Anyways, probably going to be a strong pickup there, and then it's No Fire, Wisp Bottom's turn to ban. And then I guess we know a little bit about them, right? KVH, insanely high win rate with like 2,000 games played, so good player there. I know I've played against Ellen Pudge a few times at matchmaking, and I usually lose unless she, I guess, is on my team.
I think it's a he, but,
whatever.
But you know. And Clark's a pretty good carry player as well. They banned the Bane. As soon as they banned this Bane, we're thinking to ourselves, okay, they want to pick the Nakes. That's pretty much it.
Potentially Lone Druid.
We're not too worried about the Lone Druid because we do have a Bat Rider that does relatively well against it. You could say the same thing that it does well against Lifestealer, but we're more worried about the fact that if they pick the Nakes, well, we're not really worried. They have the Shadow Demon, so they wouldn't want to ban it. They banned the Bane. But we can already start thinking of things we want to do, assuming they are safe lane tri-laning a Nakes. That's basically what we're discussing right now while we're banning, or while they're banning.
Well,
If they picked the Lone Druid, their problem is they would almost have to run it mid or off lane, which means that we have a pretty good situation there for us. Because if they run it solo safe, they have problems with their aggro try with the Nyx Assassin being picked up so early. So we were it was in the back of our minds, but they banned it. So our OD ban was just to deal with a potential winning lane against the Bat Rider if we were to run it mid.
Oh, that's what I was about to say. I'm just thinking you ban the OD, so Bat Rider most likely going middle here. You obviously already know what happens, but that's what I was thinking. And they take out the Lone Druid, which is surprising for me. I don't know. Like you kind of already touched on it. They can only lane it in a couple places, and one of those would probably be mid. And I don't know, not going to do amazing versus Bat Rider, but could probably get some last hits with the Spirit Bear. And then moving into your last ban here, so I guess you're just taking times for maybe thinking of your picks as you just take out the Darkseer.
Yep, and there's the Lifestealer. So the thing about the Lone Druid mid is it would do well in the laning phase, but like a Bat gank, like you can't counter gank with a Lone Druid, right? All it's going to do is split push, I guess, mid, which isn't really good if you're dealing with a team that just rotates really well. and has potential push on the back of the Lesh as well if you win a fight. So they pick up the Lifestealer, and we already feel like we're comfortable in knowing that they're either solo safing a Lifestealer, which would be stupid for them, or safe trying it. So the answer really would be a safe try. If they were to aggro try once again, 2 melees, that's a really important thing. So we already have a really good grasp on how they want to lane this. Here we decide to pick up something pretty interesting because a lot of people would say it's silly to pick this up against a Lifestealer. We'll wait until we pick it though. But we're discussing what we want to pick up.
I'm trying to think about it now. What's it going to be?
It goes along with the theme that we want for this draft, at least. Let's leave it at that. It's very Alliance-esque.
Ursa? PA?
No, we don't pick up our carry yet. We don't want to show our complete hand yet. That would be pretty sweet.
Alright, I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. It's... I don't know. Ah! You should have just said my most played hero, and then I would have got it right away. So, picking up the Chen, so it looks like you, as you said, you kind of figured out their lanes. It's either going to be like a solo Nyx or in the safe lane. Solo safe, or sorry, solo safe or aggressive, I don't know. If you pick a defensive carry, you should be okay, and then Chen can come out with some creeps, and definitely push that tower down very quickly with Chen and Leshrac.
Yep. Our biggest worry now is the fact that because we're kind of showcasing our hand as being a defensive lane with a Chen in the jungle, we think that their supports have a really nice rotation timing. This puck pick was really good for us because the puck pick was almost assuming that we were going to run the Batrider mid, and that let us win mid lane with this pick.
Yeah, definitely. T8, a nice good pickup right after that. So.
Yep.
Do you guys abandon the off lane and put Batrider into the jungle, or?
We decide to see based on the last pick, I guess. It could have gone either way. I'm not going to spoil it yet, unfortunately. I don't want to spoil a lot of stuff. But the biggest worry for us from this draft right now, we're really comfortable here, but we think that they could leave the Lifestealer if we didn't put our Bat in the offlane and have it 1v3. They could easily rotate their supports to the mid and put a lot of pressure on the mid with the SD Nyx against the TA.
Yeah, and TA
However,
is
if
a
they
hero
don't,
that suffers if it's going to be shut down early on in the game, as you kind of bank on her snowballing out of mid lane a little bit, and like you said, TA should beat the puck and then should be able to roam and have a pretty good game. I know earlier today I was watching Fnatic EU versus Dignitas, and Fnatic shut down the TA so hard, they just stomped that game.
Nice. But it's hard with a puck alone. If you're going to do that, you need it on the back of your Shadow Demon to disrupt, at least to deal with the refraction, as well as a follow-up stun with the Nyx. That was a really good ban for them, the Luna ban. I still think I'm the most kind of interested in their Lone Druid ban. I don't think it fits with the rest of their bans, but the Luna ban was really good because they kind of identified by now that that we have a huge push potential in our safe lane.
I would hope so.
That was good. Yeah.
They could have identified that by now.
This Weaver ban was just to deal with potentially, if we were, like they could have run it in the offlane, I guess, and had it do decently. We just don't necessarily like playing against that hero with a Batrider or with kiteable heroes, I guess, which is what we have right now, as long as we, if we don't land the Lesh stun, I should say.
Yeah.
Their last pick here is definitely going to be their offlane. The other hero we could have banned instead of Weaver would have been the Clockwork. I think that would have done really well for them in this situation. Just based on the fact that he can kind of delay the push a lot with Cogs, with Rocket, and he's decently tough to gank.
Yeah, and this might be a stupid question here. So obviously you have not banned Coddle because Nyx and Shadow Demon were the two supports right away. But let's say you're picking up a fast pushing lineup. How concerned are you guys about banning Coddles out when you're, you know, sort of a push-centric lineup?
It's pretty important. The thing that we bank on as well is Coddle, even if he blasts, we're still going to have a lot of Chen creeps, and we're still going to have our Edict working on the tower. With these two supports, we're not that preoccupied with it. It actually would have been a really nice pickup for them if they were to run it as a solo off. I know EG have been doing that a lot. Instead, they come up with a really surprise pick for us, and a pick that we're really comfortable with.
That seems a really bad pick for them, actually, because Bounty Hunter, one thing Bounty Hunter can't do is defend any sort of push, which you guys have quite a bit of.
Or counter push, like on that note as well, like in come the 5v5 exchanges, he's really bad there as well. He's kind of just like a track machine. I mean, the Nyx and Bounty aren't going to find pickoffs if we don't let them, if we play really tightly. So that's something we're discussing here. We're saying how fast do we want to push on the bot lane? How fast do we want to 5-man? How do we want to deal with their heroes, basically? Because their lanes are pretty well known. Except the pick kind of was surprising to us because we didn't really expect it. It seemed kind of like a silly pick, assuming that we had the Chen as well as the Lesh. So we were thinking they were actually going to safe lane the Bounty Hunter and then run an aggro try with the Nakes. In that sense, we were debating leaving our sentries on the courier just in case the Batrider needed to start in lane and have the sentries brought to him. So we were thinking about that as well. We picked the Dragon Knight here. It's a really nice stun. It was actually probably one of the better picks that we could have picked here. We were discussing it a lot. It has a lot of push potential. It has the instant stun to just completely demolish the puck if we get it in the right place. As well as he's very tanky against a lifestealer. It's decently with the armor, does decently. I mean, the feast still hurts a lot.
His push is insane at level 6. Now also
Exactly.
at level 11 as the green dragon fuses into the red dragon. You think they'd have cooler names for them, but they don't.
Yeah.
And waiting for No Fire Wisp bottom here to pick up. I don't even know who the last player was.
I don't remember.
Gonna be on the Bounty Hunter though.
Yeah. A lot of teams like running the DK in the mid lane. It's a pretty good mid lane in the sense that he's going to get farm no matter what. The problem with running DK mid is that you don't stop the other person from farming. Low base damage as well as just having to run in the middle and take harassment means that if they have a decent mid laner like the Puck, for example, he's going to get free farm if we run it mid. In this case, it was Gofu. In this case, we decided to run it safe as the carry. And that way, it got a lot more farm, as well as just being able to push with the Lesh and with the Chen right away. It really helped a lot.
It looks like we've got a little bit of a pause underway. I'm not going to bother trying to fast forward out of this, so I guess we're just going to wait for it. And get into the introductions a little after that. Let's see if I can't... Oh, Storm Spirit. I haven't heard that announcer in a while.
That's a lot of announcers in this game. I'm on it twice. One because I'm watching replay and one because I'm playing.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It's funny.
I guess that's just for you, actually.
Yeah. Oh well.
So I noticed Chicken MC was drafting this time. Do you guys switch it on and off, or?
We switch a lot, actually, between the draft because no matter what, whoever's drafting, we think it's really important that no one is AFK while we do draft. Everyone should be like actually actively participating and talking. That's something we really highly value because then we get all the inputs. And even if we're running out of time, for example, we've had enough discussion about what we want to pick and how we want to play that we really have like one or two heroes that I guess two heroes we're considering in the worst case. So even if we're running out of time, the captain can make the decision and it would be a decent decision in either case because we've had like a lot of communication dealing with how we address the issues our lineup faces and how we want to play come the early game, come the mid game. Everything.
So you don't have any loaders on your team that just walk away every time
exactly. Yeah.
the pick ban phase going down.
No,
Which is probably
I feel like that's
very
really
nice.
harmful. Yeah. It'd be pretty harmful for the team, I think. Everyone should be on the same page, really, come the very beginning of the game.
Alright, and still paused up here, so I guess now it's really paused quite early as Gofu looks like he crashed.
Yeah. It should be soon. But when we normally draft, sure, we have a captain, but as I said, everyone talks about it. So like it's almost like we're all drafting together.
Yeah, it's normally. I feel most teams are generally that way. There's occasionally, I'm sure, some people dip out, or at least 3 people around.
Yeah.
Somehow, I don't think pouring water on it would help.
I don't know, man. He's in IT.
That's true.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Do you watch that show? The IT crowd?
A little.
I think I watched like the first 1 or 2 seasons. Apparently there's like 4 now, so I don't know. I've been out of the loop on that a little while. And so DK carrying the safe lane, Chicken MC on the Batrider here.
Yep.
You've probably already said it. Does he just jungle near the mid lane, or he checks out the lane first?
We check out the lane first. We need to see where they are. As soon as we realize, we act accordingly.
Alright, well now we're finally into the game so we can get some introductions underway here. So on No Fire, bottom Wisp, probably just going to be calling him No Fire. We've got KVH here on the puck. It looks like they're going to 5-man into the Radiant jungle just to sort of scope things out. You guys aren't really too worried about that right now. But anyway, KVH on the puck, going to be going mid. We got Gofu, probably going to be the offlane bounty hunter here. Ellen Pudge with sentries here on the Knicks. We've got It's Ya Boy on the Shadow Demon with some wards, lots of consumables. And last but not least, we've got Clark on that Lifestealer.
Yep. On our side, we have myself getting pooled, Tango and Salve playing the TA. That's just because it's a winning matchup without the pool. With the pool, it's a destructive matchup. So we were just banking on that fact that it would still be the puck mid. Chicken MC, a player who I've known pretty well and have known well enough not to question his item builds, even though I sometimes disagree with them. He's going to be playing the Bat Rider with the Stout Shield. The Chef Dota, who is going to be playing the Lesh in the support role, alongside Lopert, who in this case is playing the Chen, starting in our jungle for the time being. And finally, Corey heading up the carry Dragon Knight in the safe lane. So as soon as we saw them all 5-man bottom, this is actually was interesting to us because we assumed that they might potentially aggro try, but then we saw them rotate out, I believe, at close to this area.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking too. I saw them going 5-man, thought they were going to leave it aggressive. Sentries even up here on the Knicks, but it looks like they're not going to. And over to Chicken MC's build, maybe he has just been playing too many tutorials and they just told you to buy the Style Shield. So
yeah, it's true. Probably.
I'm almost ashamed to admit I've done like 7 solo mids versus bots today.
Nice.
I really want those sniper items. But anyway, mid lane matchup here, which you've already kind of touched on. Having been pulled and going away Wraith Band for some tankiness and lasted damage, kind of going to dominate the matchup.
Hopefully, as long as they don't gank me that much. So Chicken MC did end up starting in the top lane, but as soon as we realized that their supports are there, he's going to come back down into the jungle, which really sucks for us because this sentry ward that we had used, I'm pretty sure we can't see either of their wards just based on how they were placed because we saw that the 2 camps were blocked there. So they did really nice warding.
Yeah, the wards on the bottom side of the Radiant camp I like. You can even put it a little more further left, which is also pretty nice. Because where I place my wards, I place it to the right of these rocks over here. So I would see that one, but I guess if you did put your sentry right near the magic bush, you'd probably see that one. I don't know. Now checking the trees, the Chef Dota, he's like, where the hell is this ward?
Yep, and unfortunately this actually gave the Bounty Hunter level 2 or so, which is not the most crisp of play, unfortunately. We could have actually let Lopert deal with this, but the fact that we weren't able to counterward this means that because Chicken MC has to share the jungle with Lopert, Lopert's only really farming out of 1 camp for the beginning, which kind of sucks a lot, unfortunately. While Chicken MC will take the 2 on the left.
Yeah, I'd have to say many times you just wait for that Chen to hit level 5 to get 2 creeps, especially if you're going against maybe like a Darkseer in the offlane, or even a Coddle, someone with some counter push potential. But with Gofu on a Bounty Hunter, pretty much no anti-push, so could probably start pushing it pretty soon. And you've already got one of the best creep to do it right now with the 2 or 3 armor ore actually from the Wild Wing.
The only problem is that we didn't want to push right away only because Lesh still isn't 2 yet. We're even giving him way too much, this Bounty Hunter. He's getting a lot more than he should. He's almost level 3 now. So this is a really big problem with this push here.
And
so
like
a little bit of a misplay.
Puck getting into the first 2-minute rune here in the mid lane, so picks up that haste rune. Looks like you're just going to immediately bottle core after that, so probably the right call there. I'm no mid player, but I'd like to get better at it, so.
I had it coming to me, the Crow, regardless, so even if I had gotten the rune, I'd be still potentially bottle crowing, just using it right away, so I'd be full health, full mana, and bottle crowing to get the leg up. It really depends, though. There's a lot of different silly things you can do as mid to try to gain a leg up, an advantage at least.
That's why I don't play it. I'm not silly enough. So Chef Dota has hit level 2. You got Edict level 1. It looks like Chen here up on level 2. Check out the top lane. Alan Pudge and It's Ya Boy doing a lot of jungle farming. Both of them also level 2 right now, so doing pretty well. Both teams working the defensive safe well. Maybe you guys a little less so. Haven't been able to dewar that one right yet. And then Clark here, 21 last hits compared to DK's 18. So I don't know, both pretty close right now.
Yep. Their bounty isn't really getting that much CS, but he's getting experience, so he's exactly where he wants to be. Unfortunately, this is something that I think was pretty interesting. It would have been really good for their supports if they had smoked right now and put a lot of pressure on me starting really early. but instead they're opting for a little bit of a greedier start for themselves, potentially due to the fact that we have a Chen jungling, so we have a little bit of an advantage there. But next rune comes up. They have a support as well as a bounty hunter there, just making
they're
sure.
all over that rune control right now.
Yeah,
Like bounty hunter's gonna take that one. Oh, well, Chef denies it, but it was regen, so really wouldn't have mattered. But the rune denied from the mid, so there is that.
Wasted a bit of time. He missed a CS because of it. Or two, maybe.
Yeah, maybe even an XP. I do have to agree with you. I think Nick's Shadow Demon trying to gank the TA, shutting down TA early is a really good thing to do against TAs, especially in a matchup that looks like you are winning quite handily. 24 last hits, 10 denies compared to Puck's 11 and 3, so doing a good job there. Check out the levels. You've got more XP. I guess you're both level 5, but you're about to hit level 6.
This is when they gank, I think. So they did gank a little bit later. They potentially were looking to buy boots with it, which they kind of have money for, but obviously they wouldn't have it on them yet. And I'm playing a little bit too aggressively here. It's hard to play like this considering I didn't have any wards in the top lane checking for the smoke gank, but yeah.
So it looks like you might be the first blood here in the mid lane. Soul Catcher is going to land. Shadow Poison goes out as well. So it's your boy drawing that first blood on Orbit in the mid lane. So the rotation from the supports finally comes, and definitely well worth it for them as they take you out in the mid lane. Yep. And I had something to say. Oh, so Nake's here. I bought that Midas up at about 4 minutes 40 seconds. And this game, with the amount of push that's going to be coming out of you guys pretty soon, Corey about to hit level 6. I don't know if Midas was the right call this game.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, because I think that's one of the big reasons that like things like sure, it helps him with the late game, but it just feels like they weren't prepared for our strategy with our lineup. So it was a big reason that like they kind of were a little bit shaky in the like coming up. I guess it's a little bit of a spoiler, but I mean, it's a fast Midas, which is nice, and I see his intentions, which are you Midas a Chen creep, you infest the other, and he only has one left. But in this game, we just have such strength come us hitting level 6 that it becomes painful. It might not make it worth it in that sense.
Yeah, I definitely.
He's farming well though,
especially given the game we saw just a little while ago that we cast between Faded and 2 Chuans. Again, the Midas on the Nakes with so much 5-man pressure coming out from the other team. Just didn't really work out, and you guys really doing a lot of pushing in the bot lane. The Wildkin is out, it's got the Tornado, given the Armor Aura as well. Corey not even 6, so Green Dragon not even coming into effect here. And the tower is down at 6 minutes, so you guys pushing. Oh, Puck with a big deny there. And then Orban
nice
out
play.
immediately, so KVH coming up big there. And Bounty Hunter, again, doing pretty well. You guys gave him a lot of XP not being able to de-ward that. And then when you push down one tower, it obviously opens up the lane. So Bounty Hunter going to hit level 6.
Yep. Really nice play by KVH. Unfortunately, he didn't get the rune bottom as we were on the ball there, so that's 2 runes kind of denied from him from under their, I guess, under their noses, because the first one was a deny, the second one Bat just got there a little bit closer. So a little bit unfortunate. So he did end up having to run all the way bottom to get that deny, but of course he did get it, so it becomes worth it.
And they were pushing No Fire Wisp bottom was pushing top pretty heftily. It looks like you guys popped the Fortify and then finally rotated up to defend. So maybe just instead of going for a tier 2, you're going to leave that Bounty Hunter to farm and get level 6 a little bit, and then so he has the choice to either farm or roam, get some nice pickoffs that way, maybe get some track gold set up for his team. But that being said, it looks like you guys are 4-man or soon to be 4-man Doto. I think Lopert is going to be rolling up top pretty soon. Chicken MC, Winton, Earn. I see a lot of Batriders do this. And I would say Batrider's usually involved in kills, gets Earn charges, and in some games it's really good. And just, I know you guys, you've mentioned to me you always like to have an Earn hero on the team, so.
Yeah, really important to have. This is another rune deny, actually. That Chen creep ends up killing the DD from under KVH. So that's a 3rd denied rune there for us, so we're doing a really good job on the rune control. We like having the rune.
So Corey caught out, he kind of knew it was coming his way, gets put under by It's Your Boy, but UTP up or we're already there. Chef Dota comes up with a pretty nice, I don't know what it's called, Split Earth. So Clark being chased down by Chef Dota. Looks like he's going to be able to TP out. Chef not going to have the damage. Yo, he does actually have the damage. Just that last attack. Auto attack's OP. So Leshrac taken out there, and Chicken MC in the mid lane. It looks like his lasso is up. Not sure how he was able to actually get the lasso off on Puck, but maybe.
Yeah, Puck used his orb aggressively, and as soon as he did, I had 2 traps in the mid, so I used the closer one, and he ulted at the same time on the Puck, and Puck had no escape.
Well, that explains it then. And Puck, very, very squishy hero. If he wasn't, Puck would just be ridiculously overpowered.
Yep. Already a really strong hero on its own.
Yeah, and still very strong. I don't really know why Puck kind of dropped. They did up his last hit damage a little bit recently, so I think that kind of put him back into the fray, but I mean, always a really good hero.
Yep. We're looking to be a little bit aggressive still. I mean, we didn't, like, it could have been a really bad fight for us, but we did get the pick off on the Nags thanks to the Chef Dota there, getting the right clicks on him in the right place. Here, right now, we're trying to be aggressive. KVH had just used in the mid lane his orb, used the trap again, at least force rotations, and that's exactly what happens. The Shadow Demon comes to rotate, the Nyx TPs, as well as KVH, so they have 3 heroes in the mid lane right now, letting us kind of start pushing in other places.
Yeah, and it looks like Chicken MC on Boots 1 and an Urn right now. Potentially just saving up for treads, tank up a little bit. Got that Urn, gonna be pretty tanky. Going for another rune deny here. Looks like it's still again denied from the mid. Alan Pudge is gonna grab it up there on the Nyx. Not level 6 yet, doesn't have Vendetta, but is in Viz right now. Dream Curl dropped by KVH. Looks like Chicken MC might be in a bit of trouble. Is gonna go down to Puck, just another auto attack. You're there as well, but gonna back off, it looks like.
Yeah.
And this push is just mounting bottom now.
We lost a Batrider, we get a tier 2 tower. It's a decent trade for us. I mean, he actually could have lived, he was telling me, but he saw me coming up to back him up. So Chicken MC decided, you know what, like, may as well go complete Rambo.
Why not, right? And anyways, forcing a TP out there is no fire Wisp bottom, but maybe a little too overextended. No, it looks like they're all going to get out of there. And yeah, I was just checking the gold graphs. So you guys, or GOTM City, sitting at a 2,000 gold advantage about right now, and XP pretty much around normal as the kills are still even. So XP around 0, 3 to 2. No fire Wisp bottom actually with 1 more kill on you guys.
Yep. Even though they do have that extra kill, we still feel really comfortable. Chen's about to hit level 6, meaning our push is just going to become that much better. As well as a lot of the kills they've gotten, I mean, 0 have been track kills, which is important. They've been kind of like pick-offy kills without the bounty hunter being there. And he hasn't really been able to find an opening yet.
Chicken MC could be in trouble on the top lane, but looks like he has the sense to just back off anyways. Popping the Firefly, going to get over the cliff. That way Clark not going to be able to mess with him at all. And really fighting on this cliff here. Should be safe from now as the Shuriken toss and the Impale both used, and then Clark pulled over. Wow, that was quite a kill for Chicken MC to actually pick up there on Clark. And well played. Just really pushing the Batrider to the limits there.
Yep, so, I mean, that's really just like the Chicken MC effect. He shouldn't be able to get that kill, but ends up getting it, as well as us getting a pick off on the Puck with a Dragon Tail. It was actually a really nice stun by the Chef Dota as well to set that up, and we get the mid tower as well. So Puck also ended up using his ultimate, so that was just win, win, win. No Puck ultimate, Puck death, tower down, Chicken MC kills Lifestealer.
Yeah, and Loper with an 11.5 minute mech. And yeah, with that Puck ult, Puck's a hero I like to ban out, or Puck or Magnus, when you have a pushing lineup, because I'm always just so scared they're going to get like a crazy initiate off of the Dream Coil and then follow up off of that.
But what follow-up do they have in this comp?
Well, yeah,
that's like the biggest thing for us.
Saying when I do my guessing drafts, I'm usually scared of Puck.
Middle tower has fallen.
But I do like
So Nate's popping his Rage here was great for us. This means we can actually engage without him just being completely invulnerable.
Yeah, he doesn't even have it for another 5 seconds. He pops in fast. Looks like it was enough to take out Shen, who didn't even get to use his mech right there, I don't believe. Gofu now in quite a bit of trouble as you guys are still very strong. Shadow Demon, so it's your boy, has bought back. He's running himself over to the mid lane. Chicken MC lasso up in 10 seconds. Corey still going to be in dragon form for like another 20 seconds, so you guys could push a little bit more. Maybe not. High ground's kind of a different animal, as you've still got a tier 1 and a tier 2 top. Looks like you are just going to rotate over there.
Exactly. It's a safer play. We could have done a little bit of damage, but I mean, they're coming back really quickly. One of them bought back, so they do probably want to engage on us there. We'd rather play it safe.
Yeah, I'd say safety is the name of the game when you're already pretty far ahead there.
Can its end be
But then I'm
drawing
expecting maybe
nigh?
push these 2 towers down. If anyone happens to be dead on the side of no fire, you guys can maybe potentially go for a Roche. Whereas no fire just needs to take these engagements a little better. Make sure Clark's not going to get kited around, maybe even Nyx Bomb. With this Nyx Assassin here, looks like maybe you're going to get caught out a little bit, but everyone here for both teams, Clark has raged, pretty much bursted out, the mech goes off, heals everyone up to full. Loper going to get bursted down again pretty fast on the back lines, not able to get his ult off, just not having a large mana pool right now. So Loper is down. Chicken MC picks up a kill on the backside of this. Looks like that was It's Your Boy, Dragon Knight taking out Puck there, stunned up in a Dragon Tail. And Gofu is dusted up, Earn as well. You're onto a killing spree now, so that team fight again going very much in your favor. And I think at this point, I don't think No Fire Wisp bottom should really be fighting off of the towers like they were kind of doing there.
Yeah. The problem as well becomes that they don't really have much split push either. As well as I'm getting really close to my item that I want to get here. A lot of the items we chose in this game were very kind of towards the purpose. I'm actually, rather than going a Blink Dagger in this game, deciding to go for a Desolator, just because of the fact that not only does it help our push even more, but you can pretty much one-shot their supports with that item, as well as the Bounty Hunter, not the strongest hero. Even the Puck, if he gets Dragon Tailed, he's dead. It just helps versus everyone.
Yeah, I've actually been seeing a lot recently. TAs haven't really been going so much for the Blink. Even Phase Boot, just pretty much going like Treads Yasha into a Deso.
I think it's a good build too.
KVH with another Deny City over there. It's Your Boy though, going to be caught up. Chef Dota with a nice split earth. Gofu going to go down as well. So you pick up a kill to be dominating, and then Corey there picking up a double kill on the Dragon Knight. Obviously, Corey has been playing the tutorials as well, as he has boots and power treads.
Yep, definitely. No razors to kill, unfortunately.
No,
but,
it's such a pathetic fight. They could have made it dire
the build-up is
or
just
something.
so intense, and then
made
it's
you
like
dodge stuff, but no.
Yeah. Make it like Warlock's custom game style. Been so fun.
Yeah. Like.
But yeah, even though they did get the deny and it was a really nice deny, them being in a position to get the deny meant they were out of position in a sense. So we ended up getting 3 pretty straightforward kills there. Deso now picked up.
So a big
We're looking
core
to
item
Roche.
there, helping with the split push. You guys, yeah, setting up for Roche. And then even with those denies, like you've said, so they've got denies, whatever, you took team fights as a result. You still have 11,000 gold lead right now, and getting pretty close to an 8,000 XP lead, which is pretty intense at the 16.5 minute mark. And Lopert still hasn't really even been able to get off a mech and a heal yet, which is understandable at level 7 on a Chen. It's kind of hard.
He now has our Arcane Boots though, so it's going to be good.
So now
we have our
should be able
BKB
to.
picked up as well. So all our items are looking pretty strong.
Yeah, we could do a quick item check actually. So there's still that Midas there, of course, on Clark. Now he's got Drum's Phase as well. Had he not gone for the Midas, could have had Drum's Phase Armlet already, which I think would have boded? I don't even know. A lot better this game. Bode a lot better for No Fire Wisp bottom this game. Looks like Chef on your team. Maybe I should do one team at a time. It's Your Boy, nothing. Ellen Pudge, nothing. Maybe a team fight breaking out. Looks like Clark gonna get picked off here in the jungle. Chen gonna pick that up, it looks like, with Test of Faith. And okay, so basically no big items, no core items yet on No Fire Wisp bottom. They're slowly working towards it, whereas you guys have got Blink, Earn, Deso, Mech, BKB, and a Drums on a support, and an Aegis on yourself, the TA.
Yep.
So pretty much everything you really need. All 6 outer towers are gone. You're working the middle lane, trying to push up into the high ground right now.
Yeah, it's a mid-game timing at its finest. I mean, you can see KVH right now in the bot lane trying to split push, but look how much damage this mid tower is going to take. And even though he has to like TP back, which he does right away to respond, the tower is just going to go down, and there isn't really much they can do.
Yeah, even with the fortified pop and 4 out of 5 alive right now, you take the tower down, no problem. You're already working on the rack, so pretty quickly, 18 minutes, I'd say, is as good a timing as any right now. KVH going to be initiated upon by Chicken MC, going to get defensive disrupted, maybe can get off a nice silence here, but standing in fire, going to go down. And that's 2-3 down. KVH forced to buy back. Looks like the mid-racks will be going down. And as for track kills, they have 6, but I don't think any. Maybe a couple, 2 or 3 at the most have been a track kill. So
If you look at Bounty's stats, he's 0-4-0, so we haven't really given them an opportunity to use that at all.
So literally none.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's working out great for you guys there. Clark again in trouble. I have to say, TA, a pretty good hero against Snakes. You've got that burst, and the Melt Strike definitely works through the Rage, as it's all physical, bursting down the hero. And then he can't even... I don't think he lifesteals off of any attacks through the Refraction, because he's not doing any damage.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm not positive about that one, though.
It's nice just based on our positioning as well. They can't really afford to go on anyone. DK is impossible to go on, and I'm just being super, like, yeah, okay, that was almost a one-shot. But I'm being aggressive to the point that if they engage on me, it's good for us. I have the Aegis, I have Refraction, and we have really nice follow-up with Batrider, with DK, with Lesh, Chen, heal, and that's that.
Yeah, so well drafted, I would have to say, I guess, coming out of this game. No Fire Wisp bottom had some great heroes, but not a whole lot of combinations. Really, I didn't like the Bounty Hunter, and I didn't like the Midas on the Nakes. And other than that, everything else seemed pretty fine. But you guys, I mean, you've got Leshrac, you've got Chen, those are like two of my favorite support heroes. You've got the Batrider, most tier 1 of all tier 1. And then DK getting a lot more play these days. I mean, the Pinoys have been up on that forever, but it seems like everyone else kind of adopting it now. And Dragon Knight definitely a lot better now since the ultimate merge from 6 to 11 with the poison.
Yep. I don't like it mid. A lot of people are playing it mid. I like it in this type of lineup though. A lot. The guaranteed stun is so difficult to deal with as a puck, and you're gonna die in like one hit to Refraction, meld hit as the puck as well. Whoever he stuns, there's a nice follow-up with a Lesh, as well as just pure damage. So it fit our lineup really well. And we were talking a lot about what we wanted as our last pick. And it's a pretty unorthodox thing. You don't really see DK safe, but it worked well for us.
Were you thinking the Luna? Because they did ban that out. It would have been nice.
A little bit, yeah. We were thinking the Luna as well, but the thing about the Luna is that it's very squishy as well. It would have been a really prime target for the Bounty Nyx combo to go on, whereas DK just allows no opening and provides a lot of really good push there.
Alright, so a fairly insightful cast. We had Orbit kind of going through the mindset of Gotham City. Looks like they took that game pretty handedly in about 20 minutes, but that was CEVO, Season 2, Week 3 between Gotham City and No Fire Wisp bottom. I'm Helium from FMBP Dota, and with me, obviously, is Orbit. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to subscribe to anything. Check out CEVO, check out FMBP Dota, and Gotham City. And No Fire Wisp bottom. Check out everything.
Thanks a lot. I hope that was helpful.
Yes, it was. Alright, goodbye.
Bye.